Today, we are gathering for a powerful and sobering purpose. We're here to give voice to the thousands of children in our community who cannot be named, but who must never be forgotten. Over the next 9 hours, you'll hear the names Jane Doe and John Doe read aloud, and many of you will be reading them yourselves, again and again.
John Doe 7, Jane Doe 16, John Doe 13, Jane Doe 8, Jane Doe 17, John Doe 15, John Doe 12, Jane Doe 10.
Each name represents a child who was reported last year as a suspected victim of abuse. In our community alone, that number reached more than 11,000. When you hear those names repeated, it might feel overwhelming, and that is the point. Because behind each name is a story, a child with a face, a voice, and a future that deserves to be safe and free.
Jane Doe 12, Jane Doe 9, John Doe 5, Jane Doe 4, John Doe 13, Jane Doe 7, John Doe 10, Jane Doe 8, Jane Doe 5, Jane Doe 6, John Doe 7.
And this is why Safe Harbor exists. Our Child Advocacy Center is here to meet this very need, providing a safe place for children to share their experiences, offering healing through therapy and advocacy, and coordinating the professionals who work together to protect children and seek justice. And many of those professionals are sitting out there in the audience now. We're so happy to see you here. We use Jane Doe and John Doe to protect the privacy of these children, but also to remind us that they are everywhere, in our schools, in our playgrounds, and in our neighborhoods.
Jane Doe 14, Jane Doe 6, John Doe 12, Jane Doe 5, Jane Doe 16, John Doe 14, Jane Doe 17, Jane Doe 8, John Doe 7, Jane Doe 16, John Doe 13.
The mission of Safe Harbor is not just about providing services, it's about restoring hope, rebuilding lives, and reminding every child that they're not alone.
They are part of us, and their safety is our responsibility. Save Jane is not just about remembrance, it's also about action. It's a call to each of us to remain vigilant, to learn the signs of abuse, to speak up when something doesn't feel right, and to support the work of protecting and healing children.
I also want to extend my heartfelt thanks to the many volunteers and sponsors who stand alongside this mission. Your time, your resources, and your voices help amplify the message that every child deserves: safety, love, and a chance to thrive.
John Doe 13, Jane Doe 15, John Doe 16, Jane Doe 12, Jane Doe 3, John Doe 8, Jane Doe 16.
I'm Travis Bird on the board of directors for Safe Harbor. I'd like to thank everybody for coming out and supporting this important function that helps raise money for Safe Harbor, which brings justice for the children of our region and brings together the social services, medical, and law enforcement fields and prosecution fields to bring justice to these children. And without this facility, there are a tremendous amount of children in this region who would not have the ability to find justice and find treatment and become whole again. So we say from the bottom of our heart, thank you, and thank you for supporting Safe Harbor.